I think either edition is a scary team to face. They got off to a slow start. I think their offensive numbers have caught everybody by surprise. Such a high octane offense. Their defense initially was not where it was last year, but last 5 games, I think they have the number 3 defense in the NBA. They're going to take 42 threes a night, and they have more than enough guys that are capable of making threes. And then their ability to steal the ball. I mean, James Harden and Chris Paul have unbelievable hands, anticipation, get a lot of deflections, and force a lot of steals. So it's going to be a hell of a challenge for us to kind of end this 3-game losing streak against a quality opponent.
Can you talk about guarding James Harden?
Yeah, what a challenge. Obviously the guy is, I think, 3rd in the NBA in free throw attempts per game. At a little over 9, he's going to take 11 threes a night, and he draws fouls on those threes. So no one player in the NBA can guard him one-on-one. It truly takes a team effort, and you have to give him different looks. If you give him a steady diet of one thing, he will get into a rhythm and pick you apart. So a hell of a challenge for our team, and I think the whole locker room is looking forward to that challenge.
Are you contemplating another lineup change tonight?
No, I am not. I liked our lineup last game. Wancho's going to start, and hopefully he can give us the same energy and effort, make shots, rebound the ball, and use his length all over the floor.
Is it difficult to adjust to a team after coming off the Bucks who are so unselfish versus a team like the Rockets who lean so heavily on isolation?
Yeah, different game. It's funny, I think, tonight, even our next game, Atlanta, we're playing like 5 of the top 7 teams in terms of percentages of shots that come from the 3. High volume 3-point shooting teams. The Bucks get it off of movement. These guys get it. I mean, Chris Paul and James Harden combined for 15 pull-up threes a night. So one-on-one defense, not having your hand in the cookie jar where they draw fouls, will be really, really important. But whether it's drive and kick and movement or it's isolation, the challenge is still there. And I think once again, we watched a lot of film after the last 3 losses. We know we have to be better, and hopefully we can end this losing streak tonight.
The defense as a unit, especially Nikola and Mason, have done really well disrupting the lob. You guys have gotten a lot better at that this year. That's a big part of shutting off Capella. And can you commit more help on the situation, or do you think like Nikola and Mason can handle that at this point?
Yeah, it's a good question, Matt. Obviously, Capella as a roller is such a dynamic roller, and they have shooting everywhere. And if you're not pulled in early, it's a lob dunk. I think he's 3rd in the NBA in dunks per game. If you're in early, that opens up the skip pass for the 3. I asked our team and I implored our team we need a season high in deflections tonight. We need high active hands. If we allow Chris and James to come off and throw clean lobs to Clint Capella or clean skip passes, it's going to be a long night. James Ennis, PJ Tucker shooting the ball at a high level in the corners. But we'll mix up coverages. Sometimes I think it's imperative that we're up at the level so they can't get downhill. Other times we may be down the floor, try to play a 2-on-2 and take away those lob dunks, take away the threes. As I said earlier, I think giving this team different looks will be really important tonight, so their 2 all-star guards just don't get into a rhythm and pick us apart.
Chris Paul expressed a real love for you this morning at shoot-around, and he mentioned
I pay him well.
He mentioned that you guys share a similar mentality. Can you share a little bit about what you guys shared in New Orleans?
I would say probably the number one thing that kind of brought us together and has allowed us to stay together is just the passion for the game. I remember I only coached him 1 year, but the 1 year we were together in New Orleans, we hit it off. Obviously, me coaching LeBron for 5 years, who's one of his best friends, I think definitely helped that relationship get off to a great start. But it was, like late night, he'd call me up or hit me up and say, "Are you watching NBA TV? Are you watching this game?" And I talked about our team the other day, and I questioned how many of our guys watched that game the Clippers played against Milwaukee. What I also realized that it's a league-wide epidemic. All these young players don't watch other teams. They don't watch games. I don't know what they're doing. I don't mind you. I don't know what they're up to. But I know one thing, like Chris, like Isaiah Thomas, was a student of the game, huge passion of the game. And I think just that relationship built on that passion and love of the game. And I just admired how competitive he was. And I would consider myself a fairly competitive person as well.
Can you be great without that passion?
I don't think so. I think you can only go so far. And not just in basketball, in any walk of life. I think what separates good from great is just an unbridled passion to be the best. And obviously, Chris Paul is a Hall of Fame point guard who is every team he's been on. And is he a tough teammate? This and that. Hey, the kid wants to win. He's an unbelievable competitor. And last year, if he doesn't get hurt, in my opinion, they're world champions.
What have you seen from Trey Lyles as kind of a shot creator this year? It seems like he's really doing a good job exploiting his matchups and kind of scoring in a lot of ways right now.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that is underrated about Trey's game, his ability to catch, face, and play off the bounce and get downhill for himself and for his teammates. He had that acrobatic layup a few games ago, which was an unbelievable finish. And I think it also speaks to earlier when his three-point shot was struggling, not going down as much as he'd like. Smart. I'm not going to continue to force the shot. I'm going to try to find my way to get to the basket, post a smaller guy up, get to the foul line. But Trey has got unbelievable versatility. I think you can see a lot of our guys are slowly getting into a rhythm. The challenge now, I have to find a way to help Jamal and Gary. Kind of those are the two guys right now that are not playing to the level we know they're capable of playing at. And I got to find ways to kind of get them going, because once that happens, I think, and we're firing on all cylinders, so to say, then I think we have a chance to take off.
One more. Can you coach out fear of failure from a player?
Good question. I don't know. That's a question that I'm not really sure how to answer, to be honest with you, Scott. You go 9-1, and you have to guard against guys feeling really good about themselves, and you got to serve them humble pie every day. You got to show all the mistakes they make and try to keep them grounded. And then when you lose 3 in a row, you have to guard against negativity creeping in, and all of a sudden second guessing ourselves. And yesterday I told them, I said, fellas, we're going to watch film and clean things up. We're going to get on the floor and work. But for me, the number one goal yesterday was walking out of here, making sure that we're together and we're staying together in a positive mindset. But we're going to be in more close games. And I think the way we get over that hump is by not being afraid of the moment, seizing the moment, and staying aggressive and being confident and winning a few of those games like I know we're capable of doing.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's like